I need some watch.
Alright, can y'all hear me? Alright, so I'm sure y'all have been to the last few protests that we've had where we come out and speak, or where I've come out to speak. And normally, I bombard y'all with facts. I got a lot of history, a lot of knowledge for y'all. But today, I kind of wanted to, have a different kind of conversation. Because we're talking about the system, and I feel like it's more important right now for us to talk about what it feels like to be underneath the system, what it feels like. So when we're going, to our friends and family, we're going to talk to these people who might not believe what we're saying, we can take a different approach. We can come at them and talk about our feelings rather than just the facts. Because somebody can always come back and fight a fact with an opinion, but they can't tell us how we feel. All right?
That's right. That's right.
All right. So for y'all who don't know me, I actually grew up in California. Eugene's not my first home. It is my second home, but it is not my first. And where I grew up in California, it was Riverside, California. A lot of where I grew up, we were still feeling the aftermath of the Rodney King riots. Now, does anybody know who Rodney King is?
Yep.
Put your fist up if you know Rodney King. Yes. All right, thank you. So, now a lot of people, when they think about the Rodney King beatings and they think about, everything that happens, everything that has happened, a lot of people don't really look at the facts. They don't really look at, what happened at the incident that caused all of this. But for the folks who were, down there in the shits in the Rodney King beatings, here's what really happened for, a lot of us, for my brothers and sisters, for my mom growing up. This is how it was for them. In 91, we got this video evidence that comes out showing the cops brutalizing an African-American man. The cops beating this man near to death. And he didn't die in this one. There's a lot of beatings that happen out there where African-Americans are killed. But in this one, he wasn't. So all we wanted to see was some justice from the system. We wanted to know that even if there were people out there that were bad apples, the system itself wasn't a bad apple. So the very first thing that we do is, us as a community, after we see this video, we go to the police department, because we're like, hey, these are 4 bad apples that are in your department. These are 4 people who deliberately beat this man near to death and blamed it on the system. The system said it was okay. If y'all are behind this, then y'all can stand with these cops. But if you're behind us, you're behind the African-American people down here in LA, then we need you to show us what justice looks like.
That's right.
And here's what actually happened throughout all of that. In the early months of '92, leading up to the actual trial, the media kept on telling us as civilians, they were like, hey, we can't have this trial anymore because everyone involved is too politicized. No one's going to be able to make a judgment based off of the facts. They were saying right off the bat that a man got beaten, and half the people who were trying to see justice get served couldn't see that happen. They couldn't see justice served to these police officers. And what they ended up doing with this trial is they actually moved it from where it happened in
I've
South
been
Central
beaten,
over to Simi Valley.
and I'm a white woman who was born and raised in Oregon.
Everything in California was separated. We had our little towns. We had little areas for.
I've been raped.
People. We had,
and I'm a white woman, born and raised in Oregon,
certain groups like Little Korea,
a redhead.
certain groups like Little Chinatown, those types of places.
And I was thrown under the crazy bus in the Lane County Courthouse.
It wasn't about that.
And my children were handed over to my rapist
when they moved it into Simi Valley,
and my
the
abuser.
thing about Simi Valley is that area,
Because he's a white European
100% white.
and a conservative who looks normal in public.
So for all of us in the community looking at this, wanting to see justice, it was already politicized to us from the government. So the people who are saying, oh, y'all are too politicized, y'all are too politicized, y'all are too politicized, they took this trial and they put it into a politicized area. So already right
And I
off the bat,
studied
they're saying that
justice at the University of
but we're
Oregon.
like, okay, you can
While
move
I
it there,
studied
you can't tell the
English
jury. You can't tell the jury how, how
and slavery.
the jury comes and they make their statement.
And there is such a thing
they decided that all these cops
as white slavery.
They told the
And there's
world
such a thing
in that moment that it is okay
as
to beat a black man.
Africans
It is
selling
okay
their
to
own
beat a
people
person
into
of color
slavery.
to near death and
Yep.
get off scot-free.
Yep.
So right there, right then in 1992, that was when the vast majority of us knew that there is no such thing as bad apples. The system itself is bad. The prosecutors.
Yep. Woo! That's true. The system's bad.
Every single person who was complicit in this act showed us that they weren't a part of this and that we weren't a part of this system that they were trying to create. And if we're not a part of that system cannot exist. That's just facts.
That's true.
So we fast forward, we fast forward to 2020. Back then, in the Rodney King beatings, what the president said was, he said to America was that, hey, we fucked up. This was wrong. Even though the system said, yes, this was okay, this is not okay. The president himself said that to all of us. But 20 years later, we're still looking. People are still getting incarcerated for drug charges. People are still getting incarcerated for things when they need mental health. People are still getting incarcerated. They're still getting bullied on the streets. They're still getting oppressed by this fascist system. When the reality is, we need more mental health officers. We need more other systems.
Woo!
It's about the feeling that we get when we go home. We shouldn't have to feel like the system is against us. We shouldn't have to feel like there's only one way to get shit done, because that's not true. Am I right?
That's right.
So, when you're taking this message home to your friends and family, you're taking it home to these people who want to argue against you, who want to say that racism doesn't exist, that all of these things don't exist. Tell them about the Rodney King beatings.
Yeah, they are.
Tell them about how us as Americans felt after that happened. Tell them how we feel oppressed in the system. Tell them how we feel, because our feelings are how we're going to be able to convey this message to those people. We're going to need to tell them how we feel. All right?
That's right. Woo! Woo!
I think y'all can make some more noise for that.
Woo!
All right, let's stand up. Let's get ready to make some more fucking noise.
I'm glad this is peaceful.
Some of their leadership.
I hope it stays that way. It should.
Yeah,
it
the
should.
only one that we went to where anything even got really weird at all was the jail.
Yeah.
The jail one. A few people went into the.
Oh, I've grown up. I was born and raised in Oregon. I know it's a broken system. I'm on the receiving end of it.
Yeah.
I lost custody of my kids in a broken Lane County courthouse. And guess what? My kids were given off to my ex-abuser and rapist, who's a white European who looks like Trump. So I have my own personal Trump trauma. Yippee skippy for me. One thing I found, for me at least, that helps me heal up from being abused by the system is comedy. I got up and I started doing stand-up comedy right before the coronavirus hit. And then, of course, nobody can do comedy now. Right, so if I get kicked out of bars, everybody gets kicked out of bars. I'm an equal opportunist. But here's something else I know about females. I believe in equal gift exchanges. So if a man spits in my face, I'll spit back in his face twice. If a man slaps me, I'll slap him twice.
It's not really equal exchange.
No, it's an equal gift with an extra bonus. Yep. One of the things I tell people in my comedy is
Okay. Can we get my people card back to the front, please?
Once I fell in love with a Native American when I was a little girl, and he was a Klamath Native American, and he went off to prison for murder.
Just
but
make it as slow as you possibly
it didn't come out in the news why. The reason why was because there were some corrupt police officers that took one of his brothers out in the woods and shot him in the face and left him dead. He didn't die. And they had to call him. It was in '79 here in Oregon. They had to call in the National Guard and shut the family
Leah's
down.
gonna sing for you guys, but you guys are gonna sing with
But
him.
he was a cutie pie, even though he
I'm
had a
gonna
black
stop
Bible.
if everybody don't be singing. I don't care if you can't sing, just sing along anyway.
He was nice to me. I didn't know he was going to be a murderer. God.
Can't let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Can't let nobody turn me around. Turn me around. Can't let nobody turn me around. Walking in freedom land. Keep walking to the freedom land. To freedom land. Okay. So can't let nobody turn me around. Keep walking the freedom land. Keep walking to the freedom land.
Keep walking to freedom land. That's it. Can't let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Keep walking to freedom land.
Do you know where the Freedom Land used to be located? Do you know where the Freedom Land used to be located once upon a time in our country? Canada. Harriet Tubman was taking people over to Canada.
Unfortunately, Canada is covertly corrupt.
But that's where she would take them to get out of America so they could be out of slavery. I researched this thing.
Turn me around, I ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on marching, walking down the freedom land. I ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. I ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, marching down the freedom land. I ain't gonna let no racist turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. I ain't gonna let no racist turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on marching down the freedom land. I ain't gonna let no fascists turn me around.
So this is what's going on in Oregon.
Turn me around. I ain't gonna let no fascists.
And I study fascism. Fascists are dicks. I think I'm gonna follow these guys. I'm gonna change my plans. What do you think about this?
Amazing.
It's amazing.
It's peaceful, which is wonderful.
It's peaceful. All these people of different colors and nationalities. Defund police, but if we defund the police, anarchy could happen. So I don't know where the balance is.
Right by our street, too.
I know. It's part of history. these cars. Woo! I should run home and put my sign on my back that says "Men like Trump can still kiss my royal." Want me to? I should. I should go put my sign on my back that says "Men like Trump can still kiss my royal." What do you think? Should I run over to my house and put my sign, my political sign on my back that says "Men like Trump can still kiss my royal"?
It's up to you, ma'am.
I don't like Trump. I don't have to.
Security, that's it.
I don't have to like Trump. He.
Free country, you can do what you please.
I know. Trump reminds me of an ex-husband who raped me, and he reminds me of a fascist. He's an ugly man who cusses at women, calls them names. Right? Trump. He calls women names. That's disgraceful.
Yes, it is.
I can cuss more intelligently than Trump. I can say donkey and kitten. Abraham Lincoln would be mortified if he was in office.
We have arrived at a place in politics where Mitt Romney can resurface every 3 months and outshine the entire Republican Party by doing the absolute least.
No, here's the thing. Unfortunately for me, I was born and raised in Oregon. And I married a man from England, a European. And he looks like Trump. So I have my own personal Trump trauma wall. And then I'm an English writer, English major. And Melania plagiarized Michelle Obama's speech verbatim. That's disgraceful. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Plagiarizing a speech verbatim? I would have been kicked out of the U of O for doing that. But I was still kicked out of the U of O halfway through my master's because they did not like my political protesting while I was in a costume with a sign that hung off my back that says "Men like Trump can still kiss my royal." And I did not have "lump" written on my sign. I had "nasty feet" on the bottom of my shoes because I heard Elizabeth Warren's speech. It's time for women to put on their boots and start walking. Yeah. Oh, this is, you know what? Have you ever read Mirandola? I got a chance to read Pico della Mirandola. He was a young man over in Italy way back in that day. And he wrote Oration on Human Dignity. And he was trying to find the links between Christianity, humanism, and paganism. And they shut him down. And then he died from a mysterious disease in his 30s. But some of his works survive. So I tell people, politics, religion, and sex travel through time like a big angry baby on a tricycle. Anyways, thanks for visiting. I had one of my friends, she can't speak anymore because she had a stroke, but she was a mountain woman over in Florence. Amazing woman who sewed quilts, worked on her cars, lived up in the hills, smoked cigarettes. And she told me once, she goes, "Laura, it's a rat race and the rats are winning. And then she said, no matter what you hear, chew up the meat and spit out the bones. And I told her, well, praise the Lord and pass the tempeh, because I'm damn near close to a perfect vegetarian. I also scare men off who intimidate me by telling them I'm related to Lorena Bobbitt. That works.
Bitch, that works well enough.
You do what?
I'm just a freaking bitch. That works well enough.
Yeah? Oh no, I've had some men chase me to my car, and I've had to jump in my car, lock the door, and drive the fuck off. And then one time in 2019, I was attacked by a woman on drugs, and she knocked me off.
I'm that sweet baby assigned to hold up her sunroof.
Yeah. She knocked me off my feet and tackled me to the middle of the road outside of Jackalope. And she was pounding my head into the pavement because she was strung out on drugs, and I didn't know who she was. She was just looking for a random victim. And she picked me. Anyways, she spent 4 days in jail and told the judge she was heading off to Portland. I've heard the violence in Portland is on the rise, so be careful if you go to Portland. She also told me, my friend, that she was from Denver. She first wanted to fuck him up. She came around the corner and she goes to my friend, she goes, I'm gonna fuck you up. And at first I thought they knew each other. And then I learned that she didn't. And we were trying to call cahoots. If that ever happens again, I'm gonna skip cahoots and call 911. Uh-huh. Holy shit, don't turn your back on women who are on drugs. Anyways, I belong to a theater group, and I'm more into comedy as a good way to deal with some of the stuff too. Tragedy versus comedy, and I got up the next night after that woman attacked me, and she was a different skin color, but I don't think it had anything to do with race. I think she just literally was stripped, her brain was stripped down on whatever drug she was on.
For sure.
And she was spent 4 days in jail and told, yeah, I mean, okay, whatever. And so I got up the next night and did a comedy skit and put it on YouTube with my theater group. It's called With Love from Denver. I know she loves me because she has no reason to hate me. And she just wanted to pound it into my head. Right?
Yeah.
And then she told my friend she wanted to fuck him up. Right? I hope she's doing okay. She's beautiful and she's young enough to be my daughter. I'm sorry I'm white.
There's no need to be sorry for
I didn't mean to be white, I was just born that way.
So here's the dealio. We don't need anybody to apologize for being white, but recognizing your privilege and using it to help us dismantle everything that's messed up is exactly what we need. So thank you for being out here with us. The best thing as an ally that you can do is listen and let us let you know where you're needed.
I tried helping 2 people who were homeless get off the street, and the woman was Japanese and Hawaiian, and her partner, who was younger than she was, I don't know what nationality he was, but he's schizophrenic and autistic, and he thinks he's Satan, and he also thinks he's the father of Jesus, and I let him live in my house for 8 months. And that was an interesting experience. And then after they got out of my house, Snow White moved in across the street from me on F Street, and her name is Snow White, and I cleaned her bathroom.
No! Fight Sam! Stop the car! Stop the car!
Pull up! What's going on?
That car.
What's wrong with that car?
They sped down the alley and
Yeah, I did.
Get in the car, get in the car.
Maybe they want to join. Maybe they're allies. Maybe they're allies and they want to join, or they live here.
nope, they live here.
Okay. Well, they don't have guns. That's good. That's good. They don't have guns.
But if we hadn't been fast enough to have vehicles already that were going to
You think they would have hit you?
I think they would have hit people.
So, were you born in Oregon?
No.
Were you? Okay, I was.
I was born in Texas. I was born in California.
Okay, so the two people I tried to help get off the streets were from California. And I talked to people from other places, and I tell them we harbored a couple of a couple who are homosexuals, and they're nice people. The man is a darker colored. One part of the couple is a darker colored skin, and
Watch that car!
and his partner is light colored.
That's the same Subaru. Somebody give me a plate number on that car.
And his partner is Scandinavian.
That green Subaru, I want a plate number on it.
And so his partner's Scandinavian, and he's from another culture, and he's a psychologist. They live up in the South Hills. And they were being targeted by people who are KKK people. And they were scared. And so we let them stay in our house for a little while until they could figure out what they wanted to do. Because I'm friends with them. One of the men is with my theater group. And I tried to tell them.
70966. Crater Lake plates.
I've tried to tell them Oregon has a strong KKK root to it. And a lot of people that come this way don't understand that.
70966.
But it does.
70966.
Some of them are my fucking family members. That's why I don't talk to them anymore.
You get the make and model?
Subaru Legacy.
Subaru Legacy, Oregon Crater Lake plate.
Legacy, so I'm pretty sure it's I've had one before. Yeah, green, or it was Outback.
So I try to tell people that come this way, it's a beautiful area to live, lots of natural beauty. For the most part, it's peaceful. But you do have to be on your guard and watch out for people, because some people are not. It's like Deliverance. Have you watched that movie? Huh? Deliverance.
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, some places up in the woods in Oregon is just like that movie. You don't want to mess with certain people up in the woods, up in the hills, because you might get turned into a pot of chili. I know these people. And I grew up around the corner from a police department in Florence, and they are corrupt.
You want to head back?
No, let's go to 7-Eleven, and I want to grab a beer, and then we can head back.
Coming up on 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What do you need? I need ice.
Ice.
Ice. I feel like I have a bike walk.
I can get you ice if you trust me.
I was gonna say.
Okay, how many bags?
Grab like 2 bags.
2 bags of ice?
Yeah.
Okay.